Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Steven. I hope you guys really like that intro. I worked pretty hard on it. I'm definitely going to start trying to add something like that in most of my videos now. And basically, I've just started really getting good, or better, rather, not good, with my editor and making different things. So I'm going to start trying to spice up the videos a little bit, make them more interesting. So definitely return to see me grow. I am only starting out, so I really appreciate all the support I've gotten so far. The comments, the suggestions, everything I've received so far has been awesome. Thank you guys so much. I want to give a personal shout out right now to one of my buddies, Chris Perkins. He just recently played a tribute concert to a friend of mine that had a seizure and passed away recently, named Chris Cameron. The guy who gave the tribute to him was named Chris Perkins. And from what I hear, the concert turned out great. It was a very good send-off, very honorable to him, and I'm going to leave a link in the description below, as well as you could sub, like, comment to my video. I would really appreciate it if you sub, like, comment, or even just at least view his videos. He's a great musician, he's a great guy, and he really deserves a lot more credit and popularity. He's an up-and-coming musician. Eventually, me and him are going to work together because he's also an avid gamer. We're going to do some collaboration videos, and hopefully that you guys will enjoy that as well. But for now, check us out on the individual level and see us coming together, working together soon. And like I said, RIP Chris Cameron. I wish the best for you in the afterlife and your family the best in this. With that, let's go ahead and start this video. I know I promised a video on Terra, but I've had quite a bit of complications. This is actually about the 4th or 5th recording attempt I've made, and I hope this one plays out. And the reason why I chose Rome instead of Terra is because I couldn't even log on to Terra. I've had some internet trouble, so I'm playing a game here. Shout out to Joseph White, a friend from my previous work that actually gave me this game. It's actually an incredible game. They have a second version of it out now. All I own, though, is the original version, but it's still a very great game. And in some respects, better than the new one, Rome 2, Total War, that just came out. The Total War series has numerous games that they have. It's a strategy-based, themes, but very good nonetheless. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to give you a very brief demonstration of how the game is played with the campaign, and then I'm going to try to get a really good battle going, and I'm going to shorten this video up. This is actually the first game I wanted to upload, but the video was so long because it's quite a long video. It was around 45 minutes that YouTube didn't really accept it, and videos take a long time to load, even short videos. So a long video takes an extreme amount of time to upload, so you have to bear with me here. Yes, it's been a difficult day for recording and editing, but I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to get this video out to you guys sometime on the 1st. Thank you for sticking with me. Again, please like, subscribe. Every little bit of support helps. All the comments have been great. Any comment is acceptable. I'm taking all consideration and all criticism positively. Thank you guys, and let's continue with the video. Tutorials, as you see, I have cheat tutorials and legit tutorials, so you can learn how to play the game the right way and play the game a fun way, which is cheating, but it's still fun. It allows you to move quickly, play around with all the different things without having to go through any of the strenuous process. And once you get that down, you can go through the strenuous process if you like a challenge, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. But let's go ahead and load up my legit screen first, so I can show you guys what the game looks like, entails, how it works. And we'll check out some of the things that are going on right now in the ancient world of 177 BC in the summer, apparently, as Egypt, the faction I chose. Very interesting faction, very powerful faction, in fact. So here's basically the overview map. The more you spread out to, the more that comes lit up. The other areas become darker, And you can actually discover those areas simply by sending a diplomat over there, communicating with other factions, establishing trade, which increases income. And you get these cities, which is how you expand your territory, how you build your money, how you build your forces. And each city comes with buildings you create as a public order that determines how happy your citizens are with you. It has income and a tax rate, which these two, public order and income and taxes, those are tied really strong together. Population growth and population really determines the size of your city. As your population grows, you either have to expand or find a way to decrease your numbers however you see fit. Also, you have a recruitment status. As your city expands and you get better buildings, you become able to recruit better units, stronger units, and different types of units, allowing you to do different things. And as you can see here, I have several cities that are actually pissed off with me right now because I'm either charging them too much money, I'm not providing them enough defense, or I'm just not doing something for them that they want. And because of that, these three cities here are rioting. And eventually, if I don't do anything to make them happier, this will actually turn into a revolt, and I'll have to reconquer these cities, and they will turn into a rebel faction. Funny enough, that has actually already happened with one of my cities I used to own, which is right here. And it looks like the Greeks here are actually trying to take the city back away from me, and this city has turned into a rebel force, and I found this hilarious when I first saw it. And if you can see it, it says on there, rebel large city, in parentheses, lesbian rebels. Now I understand there is an island over by the Greek area, it's called Lesbos, but I just found it hilarious how the faction that it chose to give the rebels was the lesbian faction. I really want to see what kind of units they have. If they're female, I'm really not sure. I found it I found it hilarious. I did not expect it. It was actually, I think my discovery of it in the video, that the recording that didn't quite play out, was funnier because I was just so stunned. It was hilarious. I didn't realize that was a thing in this game, but it is. And you can see that these guys, these are the Greek city-states, and they're neutral to me right now, but because this is actually now a rebel faction, they are open to take it over without starting a war with me, but that could still piss me off, and in fact it actually has. Later on I'll be taking care of these guys, that's for sure. Eventually the object anyways is to pretty much take over everything. So as many allies as you create, eventually you're gonna have to take care of them. So here's the force I'm going to try to use today, and it's comprised of 6 units of bowmen and about 4 units of spearmen, 2 units of axemen, and about 5 units of cavalry and my general. And I'm going to move all these guys over, highlighting them, and I see that the Brutii Romans in the city I just took over have decided that, you know, I took over their city, so they're going to send an army over towards me to either take that city back, basically harass my troops. We are at war with each other right now, so they're going to retaliate for my siege, and I'm going to stop them. So let's go ahead and send these guys over. He's going to march over here, and I can speed this up. And this is going to bring up a... Yeah, so they're stuck. Yeah, they're not doing too well. I got 606 men. Combined, they have just over 108. So here's the 2 generals. One's a captain, one's an actual general that has stats on him. I'll explain that in some other videos. But I'm going to right click here. He has some gladiators in his general unit. This is his unit. My units are down here. And the other ones, they have some Archer Auxilia, where actually a really good unit, and it's the, since he doesn't have an actual general, he has an acting general here, and some Principes. So let's go ahead and fight this battle. It's going to be somewhere in this area of the map. My forces greatly outnumber them, so this is going to be pretty much a sure bet win. I have 2 options. I can start deployment, or I can wait. And wait is basically just to change the weather. And you got 3 chances to wait out the weather and either make it to your benefit, or you waited out too long and it's now at your disadvantage. But it doesn't always really do too much. So I'm going to go ahead and start deployment. And as you can see, I got my forces, so they had about 108 guys. So I'm going to use, it's about 80 guys here, 120 guys here, and 1 cavalry unit that's actually kind of banged up. The rest of my forces I'm going to put in reserve. So this is your chance to basically set your guys up in a strategic way. I'm going to set my cavalry here, put them in a certain formation. Here's my infantry, put them in a line. Now I can set them in loose formation or tight. Loose formation is good, so if you're getting shot at, it's harder to hit your guys because they're not bunched up. And a bunched up tight formation is good for fighting infantry, because then they can't break your lines as easily. You can also set them, I'll show you right here. You can set them in a small but more packed line-wise, so if they charge at you, they can't break as easily. Or you can set them like this, so that if they hit you with multiple forces, you can cover your flanks a little better. So I'm going to set them up like that, because even though I still outnumber them here, because this is 80, 80, 120 plus 25, I do have the numbers advantage, and that's going to become really apparent here because the reinforcements start off at different points. But let's see what we do here. So here's the general unit. This is the original unit, and there looks like on the map here it shows that the reinforcements is all the way over here. I can see them now. So I'm gonna let them get together. So what I'm gonna do is, it's not just about numbers. I've won a lot of battles where I was actually heavily outnumbered. I've had forces with like 400 guys. They would have 1,000, and I'd still win them. And when you win those types of battles, you get what's called a heroic battle, and permanently on a map will be a little marker signifying a heroic battle of history that happened in the gameplay, and it'll say who lost, who won, and it's actually kind of cool. It basically memorializes your victory and or loss. So I'm gonna hit normal play because it actually looks like they're trying to, oh, they're shooting me with archers. That's what they're doing. So I'm gonna give them a little bit of return fire. We're gonna exchange some fire here. They're actually shooting my archers, so they're trying to get the missile advantage here, the firepower advantage. So I'm going to rush my guys up. And the Romans do have superior archers, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And these guys right here are weak against archers, so I'm going to move them up too. So I'm going to try to goat these guys into fighting me. So the archers, they're exchanging fire, and you can actually see there comes the arrows. They're hitting these guys and they're dying. And if you zoom over to my guys, the same is happening to them, more than likely. Oh, they're shooting these guys. This is their target. They want to soften up my infantry. That's fine, because I outnumber them anyways. I should have actually let them take some shots, but I don't want to be stupid. But they're still Romans, so they can still fight pretty good. So I gotta keep on my guard a little bit. You can outnumber your enemy, but you can't always overpower them. So we're doing a little tit for tat here, a little exchange of fire. They're losing pretty badly on that. They're basically sacrificing this unit to try to diminish my numbers, which is in turn diminishing their numbers. So I think it was a rough sacrifice, but in this case probably a necessary one for them. And they do have a cavalry unit, their general. Killing their general will be a huge benefit to me. In fact, I should really switch out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch out the cavalry I picked for my general. So it's general versus general. Definitely makes it a fair match here. So I'm going to speed him up. Let's see how these guys play. Oh, wrong guys. There we go. It looks like they've all but wiped out their archers, which is actually kind of surprising because these archers are actually superior archers, and they only have 6 left. But they didn't focus their fire on one particular unit. They started shooting my archers, then they switched to my spearmen here, which they did manage to knock their numbers down by, it looks like, 5 here and 4 there. So they got about 9 kills there, and about another 3 or 4 kills on my archers. So they got about 13 kills, but I totally wiped their archers off the board here. So that's going to put them again at another disadvantage. They're going to have no firepower after this. So once I wipe these guys out, I'm going to go ahead and remove my archers, which is semi-fair. But I mean, to be in fairness, they sacrificed their own guys. So we'll see. There's my general unit. His is in the back of his troops. And that's his captain, his supplement general, who just died. So he has 2 generals because they're 2 armies fighting me at once. So that's 1 general dead. So let's go ahead and pull these guys back. So they're gone. We don't have to worry about them no more. So now this is going to be infantry, infantry, cavalry, cavalry. So this is going to be interesting. Really close in numbers now. They actually have untouched infantry. Well, yeah, it looks like they're a belt. So these guys, both of these guys here actually have a missile option. They can throw spears and then fight with swords. So this ought to be interesting. My guys can only fight with spears, and they can't throw them either. So it's somewhat even, I have to say. It's a little even. Pila, which is the spears they throw, is overpowering in a way. It's one of the things that made Rome so powerful. So let's see. Got these guys. These are gladiators. This is what their units look like. And they're mercenaries. They're hired swordsmen. And these guys are the Roman soldiers, the Principes. They're a very tanky unit. And as you see, they're in defensive position. They're ready to fight. They see my guys coming. They throw those shields up. They're ready to go. And their general unit is over here. Let's see if we can find the general. There he is. That's their general. If he falls, his enemies, his allies, his troops are going to get a severe morale drop. And as you can see, there they go. They're throwing Pila now. So I'm going to move these guys up. They actually damaged my guys quite well. And I'm going to move my general up before he has a chance to. Or maybe I won't. Oh, he went right for my general too. So we're going to see how this fight goes. They're already trying to flank me. Look at that. They know they're not going to win on the front of front. Here's my general versus his general unit. That fight is, I'm only outnumbering him by 2 in that fight. His gladiators are surrounding me, but losing. And his Principes are falling like flies, unfortunately. There they go. This is what you call a rout. They are running away. So I'm going to move, and there goes his general, actually. And there it is. That's victory. Now this is your opportunity. There goes his general. This is basically your opportunity to chase down his guys. Wipe them off the field. Don't give him a chance to come back and bite you in the ass later. So I'm going to chase down the gladiators from my general, and I'm moving up a cavalry unit I have back there to chase down what remains of his Principes. There you go. So now I'm going to send these guys over here because they're closer. If they hit the borders of the battle area, they get away. So let's see if I can catch them. Let's speed it up a little. Keep up with these guys. Right into them. Basically knocking them down to nothing with that one charge. There they go. And that's a victory. It was gonna happen, but I made it as even as possible. My troops are pretty strong, but I wanted to show you guys kind of how it works. The bigger battles are better. I'll definitely add bigger battles if you guys like this. I'd say 10 likes and I'll post a big battle customized out. I'll make my enemy much more challenging and see if I can win. I'll post a win or a loss. So remember, like, sub, subscribe. Don't forget, Chris Perkins, link in the description. Like, sub, subscribe, please. And I appreciate you guys. Your support has been great. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah, bitch, call me Steve. Oh, I'm a wild boy, fuck, I need. Oh.